Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to the beta playtest of Temtem Swarm. It is a bullet heaven spin-off of the Monster Collection MMORPG Temtem, made by Games, who were actually kind enough to reach out and sponsor this video. So I played the alpha a month or two ago? I don't know, my sense of time is all sorts of scuffed. Rather enjoyed it. They've made some major adjustments, and have asked me to come back and check it out, see how it's gone. And get to co-op at some point. I'm going to be doing solo for today due to time constraints. However, I will be working my way up, hopefully to 2 and 3 player in the next 2 streams every Friday. So it's going to be this Friday, next Friday, and the Friday after I will be covering this game. Hopefully with more and more players every time. So we're going to start a run with Pigepic. So if you haven't seen this before, pretty standard bullet heaven mechanics. Run around, fight up monsters, level up, grab new abilities, evolve those abilities if you can find the correct cooldowns, combinations with them. I don't actually remember what the pairings are. Let's see. Do we want to go with thermal paste? Yeah, we might as well go for thermal paste. I do not remember what the evolutions are. Sorry, my apologies. Synergies. You gotta keep that in mind. Honestly, synergy sounds much better. Evolutions are fun, but it doesn't always vibe. Okay, so key field is just a constant or around you, or we have Vulgon scale, which... Oh, here we go. You can actually see all the different synergies. Have I only discovered one so far? That's rough. So we've got a bullet plus drill equals turbo bullet. Everything else I'm gonna have to discover as I go through. Well, it's fine. It'll be okay. So one of the big things that they wanted me to highlight is that they changed the event system a little bit, so periodically we're going to have events popping up that we want to clear for various rewards, and supposedly it's different now, and I'm curious to see how that goes. So do we want to go water cannon? Probably. I mean, the more attacks I can get, the better. Also, water cannon, or... was it water cannon? It looks freaking cool. Like, baseline the special effects on this, and honestly just the visuals in general. Easily put Temtem Swarm in kind of top tier category. Not a lot of bullet heavens have like really been going the 3D route. I know a number of them have, but they don't look this nice. But we could also get fluid barrier. It spreads and blocks damage in the direction I'm facing. I don't really care too deeply for that one. I think it will warn me if I have an evolution pending. We might just not have any evolutions available at the moment. Also, let's see, we do have an ultimate ability. Do we use it now? Screw it. I don't know how to use it. There we go. But yeah, it sends out a giant tidal wave. Knocks back enemies, but it also does damage because I scaled up the damage a little bit. Let's see, do we want to keep doing that? Because we don't see any synergies with those. And yeah, I have a dash too, which I think I have... Yeah, complete a spot to earn rewards. So let's see how much this has changed. Because one of my complaints about the alpha that I played previously was that the spots were kind of ho-hum. They weren't terrible. Ooh, fire disc? Ah, it just sets everything on fire. That's fine. But I found the spots to be a little underwhelming, namely because they didn't give amazing rewards. And they were a little bit tricky to pull off because you had to like sit on them in a very small area while getting swarmed by large quantities of enemies. One of the other issues I was running into was that Pigepic themselves was kind of rough to play with. Okay, break the Temtem nest. I see, so just pop this thing. If I can. I'm a little reliant on my attacks actually hitting it. So I might actually just get smacked. I got 20 seconds. I just need to shoot it. I think we got it. Okay. Increases the damage of water type techniques. I might as well. I don't know if that actually gets me a synergy though. Get some health. So did it just give me a free level up? I guess that works. And do we use my ult? I might as well. So we could also get multivitamin gummies so I heal a little bit slowly over time. I don't know how desperately we need that. So I think I might leave that for later. Oh, it's one of these? What's the ult button? Triangle. There we go. You'd think I would have instilled it in my brain, but the first time I was just pressing buttons, so I didn't really internalize it. It's fine. Let's see. But I guess I was talking about visuals before I get distracted a little bit. I don't know, I guess I'm a sucker for like this kind of soft pseudo CGI. So We could go for Toxic Ink. It's okay. We don't know if it has any synergies, and I probably should pick it up. So sure. Oh, does it? Oh, it also knocks things back a little bit. That is actually helpful. That was one of the huge issues that I was having with it, is that it didn't really prevent enemies from wrecking me. I gotta watch my HP a little bit. But yeah, I'm a sucker for soft CGI visual styles. I think it's because it looks very much like cartoons, but obviously 3D. Ooh. There's a food marker specifically so you can find it later. I could have... Yeah, we might as well evolve. It boosts my overall stats and durability. I'm curious about the balance in that case, because some of the Temtem do not evolve. In fact, this is the only one that evolves twice. Because the digital one that's like the other major starter, that evolves once, like to a T2. And then Pigepic and the other one, the lightning one, don't evolve at all. Which is fine. I don't know, I'm bad. Whenever it comes to Monster Collection games, I only pick the Monster Collection, I only pick the characters, the monsters, that evolve more than once. Usually all 3 times, but sometimes I'll be a little bit more like, I don't know, I'll accept less if it's a monster that I really, really like. Keep boosting the wave. Might have to go for that cherry. Other thing we could use is, let's just max out the wave. Because that'll hopefully get it to be the best it can be. I wonder if we get extra projectiles. But I don't think it actually vibes very well with this build. Dude, what was even the last challenge? It like popped up, and I don't remember if I actually completed it. I might have just missed it. I don't know. Brain distracted, thinking about CGI. As a kid, I remember being extremely disappointed when Disney came out with that dinosaurs movie. Like, I thought it was cool, but even at the time, I heard they got rid of their entire, like, 2D animation department. And some part of me was actually just, like, deeply sad about that. Because I was really hoping, you know, to see more. I think I had just seen Atlantis, and I was like, whoa, this is peak animation. And then they did Treasure Planet as well, and both bombed, comparatively. Because they weren't your, like, standard carte blanche Disney princess movies. And, well, that didn't actually work out so well. I mean, I think the movies did fine. They just weren't profitable enough. Let's see. Yeah, the problem is I don't know if any of these have synergies. I kind of want to leave my slots open, but it might be one of those where I actually just have to unlock some more stuff. Oh, I don't... Was the vocal track part of the game previously? I don't remember the vocal track being there. It's nice. I like listening to it. Okay. Let's probably use my ult, kind of mash through these guys. My damage so far is pretty good. I still find Platypet a little bit weak compared to some of the other Temtem that you can play as. But on the flip side, they feel a lot better. I don't entirely know what's changed. Maybe it's even just the fact that I have enough meta progression to kind of get around the difficulty curve on them. But I remember having... I mean, I have a whole members-only video where I was just kind of struggling with this game a little bit because I could not get strong enough to clear these fights. Now it's not nearly as bad. Let's actually remember to use my dash. I think I'm supposed to use dash like a bunch of times over the course of a run. Okay, do any of these have a synergy? No. And in that case, let's just keep maxing water cannon. One thing I'm noticing immediately is it seems like the events are spawning a little bit closer to the player, but that might just be happenstance. Okay, don't leave the spot. Same general deal. There we go. Watch, one more second. We level up, we get a bunch of Pansuns, which are meta progression. Do we? I think we do. Peach, Pansuns, Hydro Turbine. It should be good. And my damage is going to be very solid, which hopefully is going to let me just rip through whatever boss shows up. We killed the last one very easily. That's Absorption Area pickup. Oh, Water Blade. This one's new, actually. Or new for this build. Or this run. I still don't know if any of them are going to have a synergy yet, but hopefully one of them is going to, so we can actually see what that looks like on this character. Otherwise, I'm going to have to just keep looking. I haven't unlocked a lot. This has a, like, massive unlock achievement tree to go down, as well as a massive meta progression, like, character talent tree. And so, let's see, duration of techniques. We don't know if it's a synergy, though. There's also Fluid Barrier, but I'll have to replace one of my abilities. So, I mean, supposedly the duration... Oh, duration probably extends its, all of their range. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm just shocked Turbine doesn't synergize with any of my moves. I'm still lightly of the opinion, I know this would be extra work, of there should actually be multiple synergies per attack. Like... So you could have, like, the Turbine pair with any of the water moves, but it does something different for each one of them. But you can only pair each utility with, like, each... You can only pair one utility with one ability, if that makes sense. Ability attack. So it's like, yeah, do you want the water shield to get, like, a huge, massive boosted effect? Or, is it actually preferable to put it on, like, the water cannon? You know, maybe it gives you these, like, big water cannons that stick around for a lot longer. Or stuff like that. But I think I also had an achievement centered around using my ults a bunch. I'm bad at doing both. Okay, stay in the area. Okay, break the Temtem nest. This is much easier this time around. Okay, we get watermelon, and we get a freezy thing. Oh, but no, like, chesty bit. Whatever. You know, admittedly, saying chesty bit comes off as a little weird. I shouldn't say that. I mean, it's fine. Language is funky, man. Especially, like, if you're, mixing in, like, slang from other cultures. English, I want to say it's especially bad with English, but I could be wrong. Ooh. Attack area. It's only at 25%. Let's not. Crit probability. Like, some of these are going to be really good. I just don't know what the synergies associated with any of them are. Something plus scale. Okay. So actually, now that I'm picking these up, it's starting to show them. So at the very least... Oh, no, we do actually have a synergy. So Water Cannon does pair with the Turbine. That was actually something of interest for me. I wonder if I have to max both of them then. Or if we have to beat a mid-boss. We get one in about 8 seconds, so it shouldn't be that bad. But yeah, let's try and max Water Turbine while we're here. Probably also run around just breaking those pots. Okay, just hang out behind this guy. I'm trying to hit him with a poison blast, but it's not really in the cards. There we go. Please evolve my weapon. It did not. So maybe both just have to be maximized. Hopefully it's not one of those where you have to have both maxed, or you have to, like, have both maxed and then find a chest, because that's awkward. There aren't that many chests in the game. I'm also noticing I haven't gotten a single magnet yet. I wonder if they took them out of the game. Because that pickup radius might actually be a little bit more valuable now. previously, anytime I'm playing one of these games and it has magnets, it's like, well, I don't need pickup radius that bad. In my opinion, I kind of prefer having magnets rather than having to invest in pickup range. Or I prefer the Vampire Survivors method where, like, yeah, you have both pickup radius and magnets, but then also all of the experience you haven't picked up gets dropped on the ground, or gets mushed together into these, like, extra valuable crystals equal to, you know, whatever the missed value is. Lets you, let's see, drill. Number of enemies projectiles can pass through. No. Just go toxic ink. Yeah, I guess I should just start casually mashing the dash button just to get that achievement if I don't already have it. Bet. Yeah, I was hoping for a smidge more. Yeah, so I might at the very least, on a meta progression side of things, have to invest into invest somewhat into pickup radius. Or, nope, that was it right there. So the magnets still exist, I just wasn't lucky. Max out Hydro Turbine, I want to evolve. But I want my abilities to potentially, or I want my character to, wait, no, the synergy is already there, maybe. Maybe? No, it's a mystery. What triggers a synergy to actually, like, lock in? I thought it was something to do with, you know, picking up a chest or evolution. It might be do an event. Fortunately, we have to zip all the way back to probably where we just were to actually be able to turn it in. I don't know why, running from island to island, I'm reminded that I was watching the Sonic movie last night. There's no reason to mention it beyond just, like, running across the water and just being sent back to a couple hours ago. Well, a couple hours ago? I guess it was like 12 hours ago. Or 18 hours ago. Sense of time. Defeat as many Temtem as you can before time runs out. Well, I mean, there's a whole bunch of Temtem. And I'm fairly lethal at the moment. Oh, and it's giving me big money. Still no synergy, though. They are giving a lot of cash. Okay. So far, so mostly fine. I don't know. I guess we've only got 1,000 Pansuns for this. Let's see. It's a little dark looking at the Pansuns. Specifically, I look down and it's like, oh, I've also killed a 2,640 something Temtem. That suddenly makes me feel a little guilty to have the little skull next to it. Like, I get it. It is what it is. But, from like a, these are cute little creatures perspective. Oh, is it because Hydro Gear has like an obscenely high max level of like 8 or something? Is that why I'm not gonna get this evolution? Ouch. I guess I will keep that under advisement. Next time I run into or run with this character, I need to specifically make sure to prioritize those two things, or we are not seeing that evolution today. In Vampire Survivors, it gets around this a little bit, largely just because you only have to max out the weapon to get the synergy evolution, rather than maxing out both, which makes it much easier to get the combo. Oop, don't be there. It's gonna hurt a bunch. However, that poison blast kind of shreds. I would like to turn and blast it with the poison, but think that's happening here. I can kind of loop past it, but I'm gonna take damage for what I do. But once again, that vocal track, I don't remember it being there. I really like it. I'm still not quite sure if I like the idea of being offered all of these replacements. Oh. No, we win. Dang. Did not get that evolution. Oh, because we had to come unlock it first. Upgrade water cannon to level 5. Well, fair enough. We also have more kudos. Is that the only one I completed? Ouch. 4 techniques that share the same type. Oh, well, that would have been helpful. 4 techniques with different types. Avoid damage with hologram. Damage dealt with mechanical heat. Win a match without evolving. Oh. I will keep that in mind. Use Iniki's ultimate 15 times. Tsunami, 100 times total. We've got all of these. I don't think I'm gonna... Yeah, we didn't actually use our ultimate 15 times in a match. I think I need to reduce the cooldown even further. And just mash triangle. Okay, so... How much do I have? 1,000. So this is one of the changes that they did do that I actually don't agree with. They specifically got rid of the ability to respec. So if I went to Platypet and did reset all, if you notice there's a little 201 Pansuns with a Platypet next to it, that means that that is currently locked to Platypet. I don't think I can get that money out. So if I want to play as any of the other characters, I'm either going to have to... Well, I mean, I have to start with from scratch. There's no way around that. Let's see. Okay, give me armor. And luckily, like, I'm mostly fine. It doesn't matter that bad. But, I don't even have dash. Oh, total amount of projectiles. So let's actually withdraw that. I can barely just get this upgrade. And that is the only upgrade that Pigepic is allowed to have. Well, it's fine. Let's give it a shot. Let's see. Solo Pigepic. So it can make itself invulnerable and heal itself. And then also has Windblade. There's also variations. Ooh. That's interesting. I don't think the variations are in the game yet. Let's go to Denise. But yeah, hopefully that'll maybe let you mix in other elements instead. Like, there's some really good changes here. I just feel like locking the money so that you cannot apply the Pansuns to another one. Okay, do I actually have enough wind? I have no idea. But yeah, locking the Pansuns to one Temtem, so that you have to individually spend resources on each of them. Considering how grindy the game is, I'm not actually sure if I like that. AoE fire rate. I don't think we need fire rate that bad. I'm gonna go for the area. We just kind of want to pick up everything. And we want to get my attacks up to level 5, if and when I can. Let's do increased knockback, because the other thing is, for picking all of these little upgrades up, we can actually see, hopefully, what they pair with. Maybe. Oh, actually, if I go back to this... Oh, no, it changes everything around. Okay. So, it looks like there's some kind of snack bar that the tornado pairs with, and that's its synergy. But I haven't unlocked it yet, so I can't use it this run even if I wanted to. Which is fine. I almost kind of feel like certain achievements... Oh, are these all directional? Oh, they're both directional. Okay, so that means both my tornado and my wind blade fire in the direction I'm facing. They don't fire randomly. That's good bad. Yeah, protein bar. Oh, of course, protein bar, the one with the knockback, applies with the tornado. So in that case, what we might want to do is actually... I don't want to say throw the run exactly. No, we don't throw runs in this house. I was going to say, like, it might be practical for me to throw the run, you know, get exactly what I need, and then bail. But that's stupid. Why would I do that? Okay, Tornado, Windblade. I'm just gonna keep pushing Tornado. And like, I will admit this guy's projectiles are very strong. So he's got potential right off the bat. I also have a Pigepic plush just sitting in my closet. I'd pull it out, but my board game has been taken over by my apartment. My apartment's been taken over by board games lately, and so that's making it a little difficult to actually like pull out some of my cool bits. It's on my to-do list. Just busy. Let's see, more projectiles, more damage, faster fire rate. Which is nice. Yeah, so the big useful thing about Pigepic, I guess, with this setup is that it's going to have a much easier time. I have no idea what those red crystals are for. It's going to have a much easier time going in a direction. It's going to have a lot harder of time surviving in one specific area. Kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other on, like, which is useful. Here it's kind of bad. It's good bad. Let's see, Boomerang. Attacks random enemy, returns the caster dealing damage on its path. Let's snag that. Okay, we get a magnet, we get a freeze. I think we get an invulnerability thing. I think we might want to snag Transistor here. So the reason why we'd want the Transistor is just because my Wind Blades and Boomerang are kind of slow. I'm not super keen on either. But it's mostly for the... We're mostly just trying to max everything out. Okay, speed of projectiles. I think I'm still going to go attack area more than anything else. Okay, avoid those. I just want to get the tornado. I want to get the tornado to max, because if I can do that, then if we have to do another round with Pigepic, we're at least going to have a synergy to kind of play around with. Okay, Wind Blast knocks away enemies. Yeah, I mean, baseline, we want to get every single one of our attacks up to level 5 before anything else. The accessories, the utility passives, really aren't that massively useful. You know, at most of them only amount to a 25 to 30% boost. I guess the elemental focused ones are bigger. Okay. No, that's Boomerang. No. Keep getting Boomerang up. Still hoping I can get Tornado up, but... I'm not going to look any gift horses in the mouth. Okay, this one's kind of far down. Yeah, we might as well snag all the money that we can as we go by, because, turns out I kind of need that for getting those meta progression upgrades. Boy, the birds are out in force. Control zone is much easier when you are just invulnerable. Alright, what do we get? Boomerang up, Pansuns, ouch. Not the best chest ever. What do those red crystals do? Not health. I have no idea. Alright. Kinda hang out. Yeah, going for the extra projectile was very much the right idea. Gonna avoid. Alright, we're just gonna jump ahead a smidge. This run is going. I think it's one of those that everything's gonna really open up once we have those evolutions in. Because I'll actually be able to do something. I mean, even right now, already, we're doing fairly well. I was expecting to have a worse time with Pigepic, but his there? I mean, no point quibbling over that one. Let's see. Boomerang. Max it out. Boomerang or Windblade. Both are great. I think I'd prefer Windblade given the situation. But because I have these big directional AoEs that do a decent chunk of damage, I'm actually having a much easier time, even than with Platypet. I also wonder if Pigepic specifically either has higher base stats to begin with, which is entirely possible, or if they even have some kind of secret stat scaling. All right, there we go. Now we've maxed out the Boomerang, the Tornado, and the Windblade. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a 4th wind move because I think I need to unlock it. So that'll take a little bit of doing. What's that? Well, those are cute, whatever they are. I need to actually go back and finish Temtem itself. Not that it's specifically part of the talking points for this video, but I might as well mention that they actually had like a big overhaul patch recently to, I think, make things just a little bit more or a little bit less grindy, a little bit more player friendly. You know, one of those big quality of life patches to make just the game easier to go through. And I, for one, definitely appreciate that. I remember feeling like I was always penniless playing Temtem originally. And admittedly, that was like before I got the ability to, I think you can like release Temtem for money. I never got to that point. I think I just unlocked it when I stopped playing, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll come back to this when it hits 1.0. And then I was not in a position where I could. Because I remember enjoying it thoroughly. Being able to do double battles, like, by default is just a lot of fun. And being able to do those double battles with my wife especially just made it, you know, that extra little bit special. Oh, those traps are just everywhere. It's good for getting the runaways, though. We don't have a... No, we do have a location. Dang it. I don't know how long that's been there. Oh, we have 2 of them, so they bank up. That's good. They're both covered by my mic arm. I was just like, oh yeah, do I have any events hiding behind it? And the answer is 2. Oops. That's okay. I'm glad that they bang, that they actually stick around, so it's not one of those that, like, if you're inattentive like me, you don't miss out. I wouldn't exactly say I'm inattentive, it's just one of those where I'm in banter mode. I've been recording quite a lot this week because this has just been a busy week, and I'm trying to get, like, everything done ahead of time, and there's been a lot of recording, so now I'm just kind of like ultimate chat mode. I think that it also helps. Bullet Heavens especially are very much that kind of like turn off brain, just kind of enjoy what's going on. They're very good. I mean, from what I've heard, they're very good podcast games. Oddly enough, I only play them when I'm on camera. Oop, that's a mid-boss. I'm probably fine. Okay, we do have to worry a little bit. We don't have the dashes. Yeah, I just want to line up so I'm hitting this mid-boss with at least a couple of those tornadoes as we go through. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any of the cooldown upgrades. And I want to avoid those bubbles because I don't know what they do. Did I kill Shark Boy? No, he's hanging out. Okay, defeat the spawned Temtem for an experience boost. Oh, I must have gotten hit by the boss. I'm going to assume I've hit the spawn Temtem for that experience boost, but it's hard to tell. I'm just gonna keep boosting attack area. Okay, there's the shark. We get a cherry, so that's some HP. Oh, I got a chip over here. I don't know if that poisons him, though. This guy's been around too much. Unfortunately, because I have to kind of constantly run away from it, not that constantly run away from him. I'm not actually able to shoot at him. Alright, here we go. Props to Pigepic. Going invincible really does let you burn anything down with impunity. Oh, sonar attack range gets big? I do wonder what the maximum size on some of these are. Or size level for the passives. It'd be interesting if the passives didn't have a max level. Considering over the course of a run, you at maximum hit maybe level 25. It's not that outlandish to potentially have it be where passives straight up don't run out. Okay. Hand-Sun Feast. Ooh, big money. Yeah, maybe they don't. Either that or they go really high. I like the idea of passives potentially having no upper limit. I'm still going to advocate for the idea of having, like, a choice every X number of levels on each of these. Just because I think it would be pretty cool. Yeah, small bonuses, but, like, you know, the AoE one, maybe you have something that is, like, actually reduces your AoE, but gives you some kind of other cool boost. Or, you know, maybe you can switch healing over time to actually, like, portion of your damage, or defense so it actually does, like, thorns. I don't know. I think there are options. I think the big thing is I want more choices. Because bullet heavens are, like, really good, turn your brain off, chill games. But they really sing when they're kind of decision simulators. And I wish, I would love to see this one kind of follow that path as well. Just because, I don't know, it's kind of fun. I guess it's kind of the same with a lot of Monster Collection games in general. They are decision sims. You know, what's your team composition? Oops. I'd actually be getting pummeled here by something. Let's max out Petrified just so we don't need to worry about it. Ah. Critical probability. So that is the synergy there. Oh, no, we do get Windblade Plus. Huh. Well, we get... Oh, boy. Oh, man. That's really good. I wasn't too worried about winning this one, which I guess is kind of a decrial of the meta progression. Oops, I should be destroying this thing, shouldn't I? Maybe not a decrial so much as, like, you don't need it. Okay, sonar is now maxed out. Which would explain why my wind blades are so freaking huge. What? Okay. I don't know if that was my... That might have been my computer, actually. Had that happen in a couple of these games. Jeez. Where are we at on this? Where's the boss? Wait. No boss? No, there it is. I was like, should be here at the 15-minute mark. Now here's the question, are my AoEs so big that I can actually hit it if it's behind me? Probably not. However, I can more or less just aim myself at it and cook it the rest of the way. Oof. Yeah, Platypet's pretty good for clearing groups. Pigepic is... Oh, wait, no, this is a heal. I don't think it helps me, though. I want to say it's a heal. It certainly doesn't hurt me. Alright, good time to be invulnerable. Okay, then we're going to actually have to think about healing here a bit. I kind of wish when it went into that heal, I wish the heal was stronger, but I wish you could specifically, like, stop it from Ow! I thought I was on the outer edge of that one, so I'd be safe. I was wrong. That was a little riskier than I thought it was going to be, but it's fine. We get a bunch of stuff, I think. Okay, so we get Asteroid Belt, Pool Technique, and then also Tornado Plus. Oh, so we did actually use my ult 15 times there. Okay, we've unlocked a bunch of these. So let's take a look at our Pigepic skills. Not much. it is expensive. Cooldown for the alt. I think we want to actually head this direction just to give myself a little bit of that regen. I mean, kind of we just want to put 1 point in everything while we're here. There we go. Do we want to play as anybody else? The one problem is I'd have to do a totally normal, regular run with Ori or Iniki, no meta progression included, because I cannot bring any over. I mean, I could. Let's give it a shot. See what happens. Starts with a dash. Oh. Skills 20%? Oh, that's the meta progression system, of course. Why is the mid-tier darkened? I have no idea. Yeah, let's try this. Let's go back to Seppuku. I'm going to try not evolving Ori. And we'll see what happens. On the plus side with the meta progression, it's kind of a rough plus, sort of. I do have more to work for now. Okay. The other thing is, we specifically need to have a run where we use 4 abilities, each of a different element. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off. Let's check synergies. So okay, so this guy might actually be able to get Windblade here, too. So we need the drill. I think I'll just go for the damage. I think the drill is piercing and works reasonably well with this. But let's not evolve our Ori. And let's try and pair as many abilities as possible. How do I know if this is data type? Oh no. Let's do cooldown of techniques. Okay, so we already have a data. And we have a fire. So I can't do that. We want to use my ults as much as we can. Because each and every one of these characters has a, like, hey, if you do your ult 15 times, which is vaguely once a minute. I think the cooldown on it is like 50 seconds. So even without upgrades, you should be able to get that. You just need to be very good about using it. Okay. Let's keep kind of dashing around here. I was kind of hoping the events would trigger just a little bit earlier. I wonder if they trigger at like the 2-minute mark, like every 2 minutes. That actually would make a lot of sense. Okay, and then keep using this. Yeah, we'll hit that no problem. Oh, there it is, hiding behind my mic. So maybe it's every minute and a half. Maybe it is every minute. I don't know. And yeah, let's try and max out my bullets just because they're quite good. And also, no reason not to. Keep running. Okay, just stay, or no, stay in the area to trigger the nest. A fire tornado takes it out, no problem. Looks like we just get another one of those red shards. Oh, the red shard gives you ult charge. That's why I probably didn't realize what it did earlier. Because I think my ult was charged or nearly charged. Yeah, I might not actually be able to do the 4 abilities of different types here. I don't know how much I've unlocked on this character as part of the issue. Maybe it's not ult charge, maybe it's something else. Okay. Hologram, melee, oh, also type data. Yeah. I think I'm not going to be able to do the, like, mixed type achievement. At least not with this character. Not yet. Maybe later? One other thing I would love to see out of this, as just kind of a random idea, is I'd actually really love to see Let's see. No other events. I'd actually love to see the monsters that spawn be somewhat themed based on the area you're in. I brought this up before when talking about the alpha, but I'd actually love to see the level design switch a little bit more to look and resemble kind of some Temtem, or some of the Temtem zones a little bit more. Beyond just the aesthetic, I actually think layout. Because, like, wouldn't it be kind of cool if you were hanging out in the water area and more Temtem of the water type would show up in this mix? For better and worse. Let's see. Hologram, melee, and vulnerability for a few seconds. Haven't seen any other abilities go by. Let's max some other things first. I guess I could see that also being cheesable. Huh, there's a money magnet. I didn't know that. Where's the event? Oh. Freeze everything. Guess that guy left a chest for me. Okay, here's the event. Unfortunately, my ult was kind of masking it. So defeat the spawned Temtem for an experience boost. Alright, this guy doesn't do bonus experience. Or not bonus experience, he doesn't do damage on dash. Okay, speed of projectiles? Eh. Have I found any of these that pair? No. Yeah, we're still looking for that drill upgrade, which I know it's in the pool. I've seen it before. Yep, having the fog gives what the red crystals do. Let's keep working on Fire Tornado. And yeah, keep using my ult. Unless I've already got the upgrade of use this character's ult 15 times. I might have just done it by default. And yeah, keep pushing those tornadoes. Because I can see them doing a bunch of damage. Let's see. Oh, holster increases the number of projectiles by 1. I mean, I cannot say no to that. That's very good. We're still hoping for the drill. Oh, the ice does actually do damage to them. Just not much. Okay, so this guy might be a bit tricky. Not overwhelmingly. All I have to do is get him stuck in a fire tornado and he's cooked. Alright, data bullet, pan some, fruit, we're good. I guess I should look around and see if I can find a magnet somewhere. Okay. Unfortunately, they drop kind of randomly, so I'm a little bit at the game's mercy. I just think enough enemies have probably gone down that one's gotta be... Well, getting one would probably be worth it at this point. My big fear is that I'm gonna wander around this much, and the next event location is going to be like halfway across the map, and I'm gonna have to run all the way back. It is what it is. Oh, there's a fire disc. At least cooks them. Still feels dark that the kill counter is just a little skull. Poor Temtem. I almost feel like, is like dark or ghost type even a thing in Temtem? If it is, I don't remember. I know they had kind of like a psionic one. Okay, so it wants me to evolve. I do not want to evolve. Because it only... Oh, it does increase my damage by an amount. Nope, not doing it. We were beating this run as base Ori. Or we're losing it, who knows. I'm feeling pretty good so far, but we are also only at the halfway point. And this is definitely one of those games where you go until you get horribly overwhelmed, at which point, ouch. Now, did my bullets fire only... No, they do actually fire at enemies. I was curious about that. Oops. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid taking too much damage here. At least I'm firing off, like, oodles of these bullets. This is bad. Need a fire tornado right in this mix. Looks like we're fine. I can't really banish it either. Okay, average crystal. Oh, crystals are just worth a bunch of money. Alright, that's fair enough. That's why I couldn't tell what they did. Because I wasn't paying attention to the money counter when I picked them up. I still kind of wish the chest would actually give you a cool choice as well. I just want choices. They definitely feel more rewarding, and the events don't feel like nearly as much of a pain as they were. So I will very much grant that. Okay, right. I need to be using my ult. Cannot get distracted. The problem is it's got just a long enough cooldown that I kind of forget about it by the time it comes around. Data corruption? I mean, we have to. Either that or max out thermal paste. I'm actually going to max out thermal paste for the time being. Huh. Every once in a while I notice like a ping inside the structure, like a little rainbow circle. It's probably something spawning, rather than anything meaningful. But every once in a while I kind of immediately go into like, there's a secret there, brain. Sometimes it's easy enough to suss out, sometimes maybe not so much so. Okay, number of projectiles by 2, yeah. Or up from 1 to 2, sure. We've got a vent up here. But I remember... Oh, maybe that did actually do some damage. Or maybe it was just one of my projectiles. I very much remember the days, like, pre-internet, early internet. Like, late 90s, almost nobody had casual access to the internet. I did, but I wasn't exactly using it for anything other than Neopets and StarCraft. And maybe some very light Googling, but almost nothing else. And so, like, at the time, there was no way to, like, debunk or really get into, hey, what's the deal with that truck outside the SS Anne? I don't know how many of you were, you know, young and playing Pokemon at the time, but my school is just absolutely riddled with kids talking about, like, what's the deal with that truck? How can we, like, move it, use the strength on the truck? Maybe it'll give you, ooh, turbo attack. 3 projectiles fall from the sky and crush the enemy. Scales with Volgon scale. I don't think I'm going to max it out here, unfortunately. Oh, I could actually get rid of Fire Tornado, as absolutely crushing as that would be, to get that one achievement. I hate it. I might do it. Okay, we also do have Motherboard. It's an option. Yeah, let's see if I can get that synergy, maybe. Problem is, there's like only a handful of levels left before we're done. I still feel like you could level up twice as fast in this game and it actually... I don't want to say make the game better, but... feels like you could do... Well, it feels like you can't really hit max level on everything. But maybe that's just a me. Okay. Looks like we're good. I don't see any events popping up. Really hope we eventually get the ability to re-roll these. just so I can be like, not that one. Rerolls and banishes, I mean, just in general, are lovely. Easy way to just say, like, hey, I never want to see this upgrade over the course of this run. It has no bearing on what I'm doing, and it's actively going to make my life more inconvenient that it keeps popping up. I mean, I guess it's just the inconvenience of slowing me down and not letting me get what I want. Also, it's just my projectiles disappearing that are creating those rainbow circles that I was seeing, so not quite the... Let's see. Not quite what I was hoping for. Use my ability again. I think I'm just going to get data corruption up to level 10. We're not going to get an evolution here. It's a little rough. It's one of the problems with a lot of options and a limited... large pool, limited selection options. Effectively, I need that drill to evolve my starting attack. Just haven't seen it this entire run, and with no way to like re-roll or banish or anything like that, there's a very real possibility it won't show up. That's a little rough. It's not bad, but it's one of those where, like, I'm sure this is going to end up with more and more abilities and moves and passives and cool things. I mean, even just looking at the synergy screen, there's tons of stuff there. And so, to some degree, like, we are going to need that level of pool management, otherwise, yeah, you're not going to be able to get certain things, players aren't going to be able to get certain things that they want or need over the course of a run. Let's see, Pan Sun Feast. I mean, it's good. Just anything I wreck in the area gets turned into money. Did you hear that, creatures? Your death enriches me. It just comes off as dark. However, the money's appreciated. Okay, just snag all of this. How much more do we have? I think we're doing reasonably well. Well, at the very least, I'll be able to max out data corruption so I can unlock any upgrades tied to it. But yeah, unfortunately, our maximum upper limit here is about level 25 over the course of a run, which means each attack goes up to level 5. Oh, but we do get the chests. Like, there are alternate means of gaining levels beyond just leveling up. So I guess it's not quite that bad. Let's assume... What is it? 5 chests? 5 chests over the course of a run is probably a decent estimate. I haven't been counting. Assuming each of those gives conservatively 2. That's 10... So effectively, your maximum ability level is 35. So you get 35 points to distribute across all of your abilities. Each of your primary attacks goes up to level... 2 level 20 turbo attack. I mean, we might as well. Each of your abilities goes up to level 5, and passives go up anywhere from 2 to 8. So... Presumably, you have about 15 levels to divvy out between your utilities, give or take. Oh, minus a couple if you've got evolutions. Because that holds it back a little bit as well, because you have to spend level ups on those. So you actually cannot hit max level in this. Even on, like, kind of just picking up the more casual upgrades. Baseline, you... Like, even if you had just the utility abilities that give you... Ow. We might actually want to go head towards that food. So I'm not that fast here. I do really like the music in... this mode. In this mode, once the boss shows up, it's real good. Like, production value is great, but to go with what I was saying, assuming every single passive you pick up maxes out at level 5. Oops. Let's not be there when that goes off. I really cannot eat too many of these hits. your maximum level would be 40. Yeah, I think you'd end up 5 levels shy. And considering the game is constantly offering you, like, alternatives, like, hey, do you want this ability instead? It's actually really tough to get a full build going over the course of a run. Hopefully the runs either get longer, or players level up, or just get more opportunities to, probably a mistake. I'm just trying to kill the boss. Got it. But yeah, hopefully either the functional max level in this goes up. I achieved something. Win a match without evolving Ori. So use mechanical heat 50 times in total. Block damage. Oh, so I guess I've already done the 15. Oh, so this just unlocked. Ouch. Block damage with Divine Inspiration. We've got so much to work up towards. It is going to take a while, but that is fine. Let's take a look at skills and Kudos. So this is the big unlock map. I've actually done a fair bit on some of them. A lot on Sampanku. Some of these are inaccessible as well. So like that one's locked, coming soon. Yeah, so some of these aren't in the game. So I think we actually got every single Sampanku option. So I guess one thing to keep in mind is maybe just don't go back there. What's the other location? Electric and water. Oh, there's also unlocks related to... let's see, unlocks related to the type. But yeah, a lot of these are locked for the time being and coming soon, so they're just not even in the game. Where's the other region? So, Denise. So Denise has a little bit more that we haven't done, except for they're all locked and coming soon. So that probably means that they're just not in the game yet, which is a little unfortunate, but is what it is. So next up, take a look at our skill points. So, what do we even get on this guy? Dash distance, dash damage. Ori's speed while using mechanical heat. That's kind of fun. I think I'm not going to be able to afford it because it's very expensive, but the total projectile bonus is probably going to, or the bonus projectile is the most useful thing I could get on Ori. Either that or the crit probability. Like, some of these are actually big damage boosters, but I still think an extra projectile is quite useful, especially early on. I really wish you could actually... I wish it was the old system where you could reset a talent tree from one of these and carry it over, just because it's going to take so many more hours to grind out each and every one of these trees, especially because as you fill out all of those kudos, the achievements, your income goes down dramatically. Like, I just got 1,500 for completing a kudo that I put into, like, 3 levels on Ori. That's more than I normally make from a single run, and, like, maybe there's a way to play on a harder difficulty. It starts with the dash. Let's take a look at this. I don't think so. Yeah, it just drops you in. So, functionally, like, you are going to have to do quite a lot of runs to max out your meta progression on this game. It's not insanely bad, but considering how limited that income is, it's going to take hours and hours and hours of runs just to max everything out. I think maybe part of the problem is, like, I don't vibe that well with that much meta progression. I like meta progression, but I like it when I'm farming it fairly quickly. So it's more of a matter of, like, over the course of a couple of hours as opposed to, like, a couple of days. But again, personal preference, a lot of people actually do really like that level of incremental gameplay. And as I've shown, you don't actually need the meta progression to beat a run. You very much can beat it with a almost completely unupgraded... Oh, no, it was a completely unupgraded character. Heck, I didn't even bother with... I didn't even bother evolving my Ori last time because I wanted to get the achievement related to it. So, like, I'd love to see a couple of things rebalanced, at the very least, just so it's kind of easier. Maybe one option is that, like, I don't know. I think my beef with not being able to reset your talent points and carry them over to other talent trees is just that, like, I'm functionally locked in now. Either I have slightly less good runs or less powerful runs on Ori, or considerably less, or I just keep sticking to Platypet until I've maxed them out in totality, and then I use that to farm much, much faster. it is entirely valid to say like, hey, that is actually going to be quite powerful and useful. And like is probably the best way to farm, but I don't know. I like variety, and I don't feel like being pigeonholed in by that talent locking system is a little rough. It's not bad. It's just one of those where it's like, oh, but I want to play as all the other ones. But now it feels like I have to play Pigepic just because that's where I've put all of my investment in. I have this problem with, I mean, honestly, MMOs, where it's just like, well, here's my one main character. Sure, I'd love to play another class, but it's going to take me dozens of hours to actually get that other class up, and that sucks a bit. And then you have to gear it, then you have to get the right build going, then you have to... It's just like, eh. I'd love to be able to switch. I realize, like, have everything on a silver platter and the game gets boring, but also, some level of, like, I need to be able to get to the fun bits quicker. Kind of. I think the big one, though, is getting all of those unlocks. All of the synergy moves is really going to be what makes this game sing. And once we've got that, then it's going to be great, probably. But I would love to see maybe just some level of, like, a discount. Maybe that's it. Investing in, say, the damage talent on one character would make it cheaper for another one. I could see that actually being really handy. Or at least kind of solve some of the problem too. Maybe. I don't know. Either that or if there was just like more carryover talents that apply to all Temtem. I think I saw maybe one or two. But having like investments into Pigepic that actually boost Ori and everybody else. Because I could see a talent tree system like that where there's a lot of cross synergies even between the Temtems. Be fun. But again, this is still very much in beta. They clearly have tons of things planned, like the variations for the monsters. And then obviously that Kudos map is kind of small. But I guess before we go, I should mention a couple of things. One, it's got 3-player multiplayer, which I will be featuring in later streams, starting next week, and then the Friday afterwards, I will be playing with probably Shell, and then also some friends from the audience or my Discord or something. We'll have to figure out that when we get there. But also, I guess before I go, I should say a very quick thank you to Crema for reaching out and sponsoring this video. It was very kind of you, and it was a ton of fun. I love this Bullet Heaven. I've obviously got some criticisms of it, and I'm just going to keep bringing them up as they go. It feels like it's in a better place. Last time I played this, even, like, especially as an unupgraded Temtem, I was just having a bad time. I wasn't making it past minute 7. Now it feels much more accessible. I would love to see some level of, like, difficulty adjustments, you know, increase the number of monsters, increase their health or something, just so that you can keep the challenge scaling with the amount of meta progression you've picked up, and then maybe you also get more Pan Suns in turn, because that would be one way to get around the grind, is straight up if, like, yeah, here's my maxed out Pigepic, I'm playing on difficulty 3, and I get, like, an extra 100% Pan Suns, which I then can carry over into all of my other characters. So yeah, there's a reason to invest in one character first, and then speedily upgrade all the other ones in turn, until you can play as them on the higher difficulties as well. Maybe. Geez. Is there anything else? I don't know. I will have plenty of feedback over the course of this, and, you know, who knows? They're probably going to be doing some big changes and big fixes over the course of this playtest as well, so I'm quite curious to see how they go. But for now, at least, I guess if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, it helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Okay, big huge thing before I end this video. One of my biggest complaints has been solved. One of the problems I ran into when I evolved my monsters previously is that the enemy monsters would then swarm you and do a ton of damage. Hey, I got an achievement for 4 techniques of the same type. Nice. But so now when you evolve, every monster in your area kind of on screen gets knocked back, so they cannot reach you while you're evolving, and that is so nice. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you.